On the topic of solar powered heating, there are some other things that I would love to say and design. Because, okay, for example, take this. It's very low efficient energy, so it's probably actually the best one for heating because it's so low. But it would be lovely to design something like this, only have a back panel. Like, this has a lot of light coming in. If you can see on the floor, there's a huge amount of sunlight coming in. Okay, there is a house there, and in a couple of weeks there is about an 8-week period, or yeah, it's about an 8-week period where I don't get much sunlight because the sunlight is so low. But most of the year round, sunlight comes through, so it'd be lovely to have a fire that's like this, only has like a solar panel on the back, and I just don't know how long that would last. How long would you think that would last if there was like a solar power panel on the back of that, and then had a heater on, and then the idea is you leave it in the sun, maybe on a counter or just somewhere where the light hits. So if your window is high up, I guess you'd have to place it in further in the room where the light actually hits it. But if you like went to work and you left that in the heat, in the sun, or if maybe on the windowsill, even if there is space on the windowsill, if you left that on the windowsill and then you came back later on, 8 hours later, how much heat would you be able to get from that if you did that? Because that's a really good idea. You've got the oil burners, which are supposed to actually be more expensive, but they are quite a good idea because if you keep them in the window, it heats them up. I mean, as you can see, I have one here, which I keep on the side, and it's not plugged in, and I don't think I actually will plug it in. I mean, I bought it with the sole intention to use it to plug it in, but when I did this sort of calculations, because I've got like a smart meter that tells me how much electricity I'm using, I realised that is actually far more efficient than that. I do have one that I used when I did the massage. My electricity bills used to be quite expensive, but that was only because I needed it for the session. You can't do a session if the person's cold, so I would always heat the room for the session. But I didn't actually use the heating, like, even though I could, even though it wasn't even that expensive. I felt like I didn't need to, because I was very good at using the electric hot water bottle, and I like lying on a sofa with a duvet cover on me. I find it very comfortable, and therefore, why would I not use a duvet cover, get cold, have to use the heating, when I could just use a duvet cover, feel more warm and stuff. So I actually find the duvet cover is the best. But right now I'm boiling. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I just spilled a drink on the floor. But yeah, I just that's just something that I wanted to say, because I think it would be cool if you could design, or you can even have light shades, lampshades that come down. If you had like not a lampshade, no, it's not a lampshade, it's a window shade. You know how you can have like a window shade and then you open it up or close it, but if you actually had like panels that had like, on one hand, like on the back, actually have like solar panelled on the back of it. So what's the blinds where you turn it and it can open up, so let light in, or you can close it. But when you close it, you could even have like solar panelled lines, basically, that kind of use up the solar panel and then charge some sort of battery that you have on the bottom. But yeah, the battery does need to be able to hold the sort of main sockets, and there needs to be something on it that's just set to say how fully charged it is and stuff. But yeah, I think that's just a really good idea, and I didn't really think about it last year because we were given like a £50 a month discount. So every month, they gave £50 off the bill, and because of that, I actually like the cost wasn't really an issue because I didn't need it. I mean, I didn't feel like I was spending a huge amount of money. But this year, because there's not going to be any budget cuts, I feel more of a need to want to save, and this is why I feel like the old people's budget cut. If you're getting this discount, you're going to be encouraged to use more. You're going to be encouraged to waste more and not think about heating. Whereas if you're spending money you don't really have, then you will be more inclined to think about these things. And therefore, this is the reason why I'm kind of thinking about it more this year than I was last year. because last year we were getting a huge discount. Everyone was, which was good, and but yeah, not having the discount has made me think about these things, and I guess I was thinking about them last year, but it was more of a, what am I going to do next year when the discount isn't on, and that is this year, so hence why I'm talking about it.